guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another book review for you guys. I'm so excited and I'm so happy because so far I've been reading so much and I love it, because there was a time where I just stopped completely, and me getting into book clubs was like probably the best idea ever. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on Dublin Street by Samantha Young. That's a very tongue twister right there. Like I said in my last video and my couple of last videos, I am reading this for a book club, so that's why I'm doing a book review, and that's why I have so many book reviews coming out, because I have so many books that I'm reading. Book club, rude. So this book was read for the Chamber of Secrets book club by Cameron Capello. This was our choice for the month of January, and yeah, so if you guys want to know what I thought about this book, then keep on watching. I'm not trying to be biased or whatever, but I like this book because the main character's name is Jocelyn, and if y'all know, my name is Jocelyn, so just saying. This book is about a girl named Jocelyn Butler who had a very traumatic childhood or teenage years, who moved to Scotland when she was 18 years old. Her family died when she was 14, so she ended up becoming an orphan, and her parents left her an inheritance because they were well off. Her family was from the oil industry, so they were literally well off, and her parents and her younger sister died in a very tragic accident. And they describe all of this in the beginning of the book, so it's not really much of a spoiler, but I'm just letting y'all know. She turns 18, she moves to Scotland, where her mom is actually from, and she is living there for maybe, I think when the book starts, I think she had been living there for, I want to say 3 or 4 years. I could be wrong, maybe 5 years. She's living there with one of her friends named Rianne, and her boyfriend, I think that's how you say her name. I could be wrong because this is like an English Scottish name, so I don't know. But her name is probably Rianne, and her friend is moving to London because she is completing her PhD, and her boyfriend leaves with her, so those were her only best friends. And Jocelyn has an issue where she cannot, for the life of her, be very close to people. She's not the type of person who likes to open up, because she feels like every time she opens up to someone, they always leave her. So it's part of her trauma from when she was younger and from the accident that happened. That's a big issue with her during the book, and she ends up finding a place to live that is very expensive, and she finally decides to do something for herself and to start using the inheritance money that she has had for a very long time, that she never touched because she felt wrong touching it. So she ends up moving to this place with this girl named Ellie. I had to let my dog out. Sorry. Yeah, I believe her name is Ellie or Elise. She is a very bubbly girl, and she loves to talk, and she loves to, you know, be open and have friendships and stuff. And Jocelyn's not like that, but coming into their lives, she changes a lot, and for the better of her. Ellie talks about how this apartment that they're living in is actually owned by her brother, because her brother is a real estate agent, real estate person who owns a lot of properties in Scotland, or in the area that they are living. Obviously there's a love interest in this book.
I'm home.
Hi.
What are you doing, huh?
My book review.
Oh, I'll go outside then with Denny. I can bug them all.
I'll let you know when I'm done. Obviously, like I said, there's has to be a love interest in this book, and it happens to be between Braden and Jocelyn. And Braden is Ellie's brother, older brother. Quite a few gap years in between them. Jocelyn is like, I think, barely gonna be 23, and Braden is 30 or 31, so it's kind of like a gap year between them. You can't really tell because they don't really focus on their age on the book, so if that's an issue for you, I still recommend you to read it because they don't really focus on their age. So then Braden is really into her, and he tries to get to sleep with her, but Jocelyn's very like, don't even try it, my friend, don't even try it. So he eventually like breaks her down and decides to have a deal with her where they're just friends with benefits, and she's like, fine, I could do that, you know? That he is the first person that she actually ends up having sex with for the first time in 4 years, because when she was a teenager, like everything that happened with her family, like she became very wild and crazy, and a lot of crap happened. there was an incident that happened that just made her stop having sex in general, and he was the first guy to appear again who made her feel something. And so that's why she continued this friends with benefits, and eventually they became more because he is very persuasive, let me just say. He's a very persuasive man. So he convinces her to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and she's like very cautious about it because she, like I said, does not like being very close to people or opening up to people. And although they're doing this relationship, he doesn't really know much about her because she doesn't let herself be known. Actually, something happens to Elise where she realizes that she got very close to them because she feels pain, and she doesn't like feeling pain, and she has anxiety and because of her trauma. So she starts going to therapy, and her therapist actually helps her a lot discuss all these situations that are going on between her and Brayden and how she feels about them and about Elise. And yeah, it's a really good story. I gave this book I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars also. Yeah, like her character development throughout the book is amazing. I feel like it's such a realistic character because people who have anxiety sometimes can't open up, or there's certain reasons why people actually have anxiety. And I think her trauma like shows a lot of why she has anxiety, and I feel like the way she grows from the beginning to the end is nice because sometimes you need a little help and a little push by someone. So Brayden is there for her a lot, and she tries not to like hurt him, even though she ends up hurting him a few times, I believe. So it's a very good book. I really enjoyed it. There's more to it, but I don't want to spoil it. I love both of the characters. I like Brayden because Brayden's very focused on her. He's very like nice, but even though he is sometimes a little pushy, I think it's for a good reason. And I also like that he's there for her when she needs help or when something's going on. Like, he tries to help her. It's just her, Jocelyn, that's very like, I don't need help, like I don't want help, like I'm not asking for help, like just leave me alone. Like, she's so into her trauma and so into her anxiety that she just can't live her life like she should and how she deserves it. So it's a good book to read. I highly recommend it. Like I said, this was for a book club, so I read it and I loved it. And I read it in you're able to read this book in 1 day, but I read it in 2 days, I believe, because I started it later on in the night. So yeah, it is a book that's very easy to read. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this book review. Let me know what you guys thought down below, and if you guys read this book, let me know what you guys thought about it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!